Once upon a time, in a faraway jungle, deep within the lush green trees, lived a little elephant. Her name was Ellie, and she had the biggest heart in the jungle and the smallest feet. Well, at least she thought they were small, because Ellie, the elephant, wanted to jump like the monkeys. Every day she would watch them leap and bound through the trees, and wish that she could do it too. "Oh, why can't I jump like that?" she would ask, as her huge feet stomped the ground. Her friends would laugh kindly and shake their heads. "Ellie, you're not made for jumping," said Mimi the monkey one day, as she swung from a vine right in front of Ellie's face. "That's not true," Ellie huffed, crossing her tiny arms. "I can jump. I just need to practice." So Ellie went off to practice by herself, jumping from log to log and pretending she was flying through the air.
Oh!
She bounced on vines, pretending they were clouds and imagining what it would feel like to float around in the sky. And when she saw the frogs leaping over the lily pads in the water, she would join them and try to copy their jumps. "Excuse me," croaked Freddie the frog. "Are you trying to be a frog, little elephant?" Ellie stopped mid-leap and looked at him. "I'm not trying to be a frog," she said sadly. "I just wish I could jump like you." "Well," said Freddie, "you do have big feet. If you practice enough, you can jump really high." So Ellie practiced her jumps, but no matter how much she practiced, she just couldn't jump very high. And every time she tried, the ground shook so hard that all the animals nearby would run away, hiding in the bushes or under the logs until she was done. Ellie sighed. Maybe she would never be able to jump like the monkeys or the frogs or the birds. Maybe she was just meant to be an elephant with tiny feet who stomped the ground instead of jumping over it. One day, all the animals in the jungle gathered together for the annual jungle games. The parrots played tag with the toucans. The monkeys did somersaults in the trees, and the frogs hopped a race across the lily pads. Ellie sat on the sidelines watching them all, feeling left out and wishing she could jump like the others. Suddenly, there was a loud crash in the trees and the monkeys all stopped playing. They flew into a panic. "Oh no," cried Mimi the monkey. "A baby parrot got stuck up in this tree. It's too far for me to reach her, and she's too small for the other birds to help." The little parrot squawked and shivered as she clung to the thin branch. "Oh, what are we going to do?" asked Ellie, even though she knew her size would stop her from helping. All the animals looked at each other, but none of them knew what to do. Then, without thinking, Ellie stomped forward. "Maybe I can help," she said. As the other animals gasped, she bent her knees and launched her entire body upward. She didn't fly. In fact, she only moved about 6 inches off the ground. But when Ellie jumped, she shook the whole tree so hard that the branch holding the baby parrot bent low enough for her to slide down to safety. The other animals cheered and rushed over to the little parrot, making sure she was okay. Ellie smiled shyly. She didn't jump very high, but she had helped the baby parrot.
Ow.
Maybe being an elephant wasn't so bad after all. "I don't understand," said Mimi the monkey, coming over to Ellie and scratching her ear. "You didn't need to jump high up in the sky. You just moved the whole world a little bit." Ellie blinked. Slowly. "But I thought I had to jump like you," she whispered. Mimi the monkey shook her head. "No, little elephant, you don't have to be like anyone else to make a difference in the world. Your strength isn't in your jumps or your size or even your feet. Your strength is in you." Ellie thought about this as she watched the little parrot preen her feathers and chirp happily. She'd been so busy trying to be like the monkeys or the frogs or the birds that she had forgotten about her elephant strength. She was strong enough to stomp the ground, sure. But she was also strong enough to use her trunk to pick up heavy logs and toss. Then besides strong enough to use her tusks to dig up water for the other animals during the dry season, and strong enough to protect her friends if they ever needed help. Ellie smiled. Being an elephant wasn't so bad after all. The jungle games ended soon after that, with Ellie realizing that being her normal self was much better than trying to be like someone else. She learned that her elephant strength was amazing, and she didn't need to change anything about herself to be a hero. And as the animals all headed back to their homes, Ellie walked beside Mimi the monkey, feeling happy and proud to be an elephant. From then on, Ellie still loved to pretend she was a monkey swinging through the trees, but now she also knew she was an amazing elephant, with amazing elephant powers. The end. Hey there, little dreamer. Did you like this fantastical tale? If you want to hear more stories about Ellie the elephant and her adventures in the fantasy forest, let us know in the comments below. We love bringing you fun, and engaging stories that teach valuable lessons for kids. Our mission is to make learning and growing easy and enjoyable for everyone. That's why we create videos that not only entertain, but also educate and inspire young minds. Every like and comment is like a little treasure to us. It tells us you'll be enjoying our stories and motivates us to keep creating more adventures for Ellie and her friends. We read all the comments we receive, and if you leave us a comment below, we might even feature it in our next video. So what kind of adventure would you like to see Ellie go on next? Tell us everything you'd like to see in the comments below. And if you want to help us spread the magic, click that like button and subscribe to our channel. There are plenty more exciting stories waiting for you. Thank you for dreaming with us, and see you in our next adventure. Bye-bye.